One of the ways that you can enhance an image is to bring attention to that thing that's happening on your photograph. Hey guys, this is Ijaz. I'm a fashion and a wildlife photographer. Today I want to speak to you guys about a topic which I've got emails and messages saying, can you please speak to us about your retouching process? Retouching is basically as close to going out on a date. If you go out on a date, you come back with your emotion of what you feel about this person. You look at an image, you've already chosen the image, and now you have emotions attached to that image. It's the same thing like you've gone out on a date. Maybe on a date, you don't make a list, a physical list, but in the retouching case, you do make a physical list. You make a list. One side, one column says all the things that are giving me the emotions, the feelings of this image, why I chose this image. Same thing like why did you go out on a date, right? You've had to had some kind of attraction, some emotions attached to that person, so you went out on a date. Same thing with a photograph. If you don't have this relationship with your photograph is not going to be emotional, which means it's not going to attract your audience, which means it's just going to be a photo. My process is such. I make two columns, one column that gives me all the emotions, the other column that does not give me the emotions and distracts me. All the things that person did while having dinner and that I didn't like, so to speak. Distractions to me are the things that are making me not feel the same way. So there may be a branch, there may be a cable running on top, there could be anything. So what you do is you put your thumb on it or your finger or with whatever else, you look at that image without that distraction. And if you feel the distraction must go, it must go. So step number one, make your columns, write down the good and the bad, the feelings and the non-feelings. Second, come back the next day. Put your thumb on it, your finger on it, your anything. You want to put a piece of paper in front of it to make sure that that is really a distraction. Once that is established that it's a distraction, then go through your entire list and say distraction, 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 distraction. Find a way to take those distractions away. Now, you can go and use a tool that can just take it out, but you also want to see if there is a tool that make it blurry. Why take it out? Maybe blurry enhances the image. So distractions are not necessarily things that you want to get rid of. Distractions could be things that you may want to keep in there, but you got to play with them first before you just get rid of them 100%. Make them blurry, maybe change the color a little bit, so on and so forth. So once you're done taking care of your distractions, and now your image is pure, so to speak, it's just talking to you and giving you the emotion that you are getting, and you're building a relationship with your image. At that point, I would stop everything and ask yourself, what can you do to the image that will increase that emotion of falling in love, or you're attracted to this animal, or you're attracted to this model, or whatever emotion that you're getting? You have to stop and ask yourself, how can you elevate that? How can you make it better? How can you make it more? Maybe making the neck, now I'm talking fashion, of course, making the neck a little bit longer could help. Maybe making the legs a little bit longer could help. And then, as far as wildlife is concerned, maybe making the horns a little bit longer could make it a little bit more powerful. Maybe having the horse running at you, maybe cropping it in could help. So you do everything to enhance that emotion, that feeling that you're getting. You want to enhance it. So if the horse is running and there's a lot of water, make sure that the water that's flying is flying in the direction of your horse. So when it comes in this way, the eye moves directly to the horse and it's not distracted by the water. If you are in snow and you're photographing, and maybe you're photographing something like that, that's a bison, then you already have your focus because everything around you is white and the bison is has snow on it. So your eye is being drawn to that, to the darkness, to the darker side of the image. That's one way. Then you can enhance a color, change the contrast, do some dodge and burn, darken the areas, lighten the area. Dodge and burn is my go to tool. The more important part is, are you enhancing the emotion? It's not just, okay, I'm going to take this and I'm going to enhance, or I'm going to retouch it. So I'm going to make it black and white, or I'm going to make it color, whatever you do. And I'm just going to increase the saturation and so on and so forth and make it sharper and this and that. No, don't think that way. Don't think mechanically. Think with your heart. Think what you could do to enhance that feeling and then do it. And after you've done it, come back after 3 days. Don't look at it anymore. After you've done it, just get up, walk away, come back after 3 days. And if the image is still talking to you, if the image and you still want to have that relationship, then look at it and be very, very critical of the image and say, is it giving me the same emotion? Has it increased my emotion? And if it hasn't, then you need to, because it did give you that emotion initially. How are you going to increase the emotion, the feelings? If you take an image and you pull your viewer's eye, your audience's eye, to the very thing that you're trying to show them, that is one way you can enhance the emotion. I focus on the eye. I'm a huge believer of an eye, tells you everything you want to know. I think an eye can give you the emotion that no other body part can give you. So for me, an eye is very, very, very important. So I try to enhance that. And the way I go about enhancing the eye is either by contrast or by bringing everything else down, meaning making it darker, or making it brighter and being the darkest part of the image. I think that for me is my general goal when I'm doing dodge and burn. I'm giving you all these things because these are the things that I do to my images. I have never, ever, ever said that I don't change my images, because I've had people say to me, "Oh, you're a wildlife photographer. That means you don't change." No, I'm not. I am a fine art photographer. I'm an artist first. And I like to express. I like emotions. Now, whether I'm getting those emotions with the real thing or not, it doesn't matter. My job is to capture it, fall in love with it. Once I'm fallen in love with it, bring it back home on my computer, and then see what I can do to enhance it. And I think that is retouching, not capture an image, take out everything that's not good, make it sharp, make it crisp, make it better, make it good colors. None of that really matters. What matters in retouching is how can you enhance the emotion that you want to feel. That is retouching, not pulling and pushing buttons and sliders. And which software do you use? I've used Capture One or Lightroom. Not that Lightroom is bad or good. I'm just used to Capture One. So I'm using Capture One from the past 20 years. But it's not about the software. Like, it's not about the camera. It's about the emotion. And it's your job as a photographer to know how you can pull and push the emotions. And the more you pull the emotions, the better your image is going to be. So that's all I've got today, guys. And I think that there is more to speak about as far as retouching is concerned. I have barely scratched the surface. So maybe next week I'm going to make another video on retouching, but this time I'm going to go a little bit deeper into why I want to enhance what I want to enhance. Meaning, what emotion is that going to really give me? And how is my audience going to feel after I have enhanced that? I'll speak to you guys soon. Thank you.